think it's time for an unpopular opinions. These are unpopular opinions of Reddit, not my own, although I may agree or disagree with a few of them. These are ones that are put on Reddit by other people. So before we get into the Reddit unpopular opinions, you know what we gotta do. Channel maintenance, channel hygiene. So, if you are new here, welcome to my nonsense. If you're old here, welcome back. Oh geez, if you're new here, please consider hitting subscribe. And if you are old here, go double check. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the like. If you like, leave a comment. It could be anything related to the video. It could just be a hello, a few emojis, whatever, as long as it's cool and respectful. Hit the notification bell. As always, I will link my tip jars down yonder in the description box. No pressure whatsoever, but every dollar or two helps. That's what allows me to continue to make content. Also, you are invited to my Patreon. I know not everybody can come, but you can't say you weren't invited. We have a good time over there. Lots of rambles, story times, trying new things, yada yada yada. Okay. Well, let's put some gum in. I've been so enjoying this cinnamon that I just want to chew cinnamon gum all winter. It doesn't make me as hungry as mint gum does. Take a sip of water. You gotta wet your whistle. Okay. First one we have, fine dining isn't worth the money. Restaurants or any other spots that serve high quality foods in exchange for an insane amount of money are not worth it for a few reasons. First of all, the portions are usually way too small. I get that since the ingredients and equipment are expensive, but it's just not a complete meal and you're better off just ordering pizza since you're spending less for a bigger portion. Another thing is the food itself. Most of it is just off-putting, like raw meats, unpleasantly textured seafood, literal fungi that you dig up from a tree, and so on. This person has an underdeveloped palate. Okay, I'm not totally disagreeing with fine dining is overpriced and probably not worth it. Unless you got it like that. If you got it like that, go do it like that. But I can tell this person has an underdeveloped palate. We call them nugget boys. My husband's a nugget boy. He doesn't eat nuggets, but he's like a burger boy. He doesn't like to try new things, but he's getting better. Anyways. Most of it is just off-putting, like raw meats, unpleasant textured seafood, fungi, blah, blah, blah. Also, there are many places that serve similar foods at more reasonable price that are way better tasting and more convenient. In the end, most people clearly eat fine dining for peer-related reasons and never actually enjoy the food that is served. Oh, I have. Eating at a casual restaurant or cooking in the comfort of your own home is a smarter, more convenient choice. Okay, yeah, this is a Quasadilla boy. Or a girl. An Applebee's Quasadilla. Somebody said, I used to have a similar mindset. Then I was on vacation in Rome with my wife and we ate at a Michelin-starred restaurant. It was located on the top floor of a hotel. The view was amazing. We had a 7-course meal. Each bite was incredible. I ended up full. I didn't overeat. We moved to the bar area, had a coffee, and took the sunset in after our meal. From the ambience to the service to the food, it was an experience I hadn't had before or since. Yeah, I think on occasion it's nice to... That better not be my dog barking. It's nice to splurge, but I do kind of agree with the sentiment that he had about like trying to show off, or it's like a peer thing. Sometimes I get those vibes, or keeping up with the, blah blah blah, but not always. Somebody said the portion size is always overblown. With a properly spaced meal, those 7 or 8 courses of a few bites will get you full and keep you full. Really, really good food is generally worth it, and if someone doesn't think so, then they're just not a food person, and that's okay. See? It's okay. Permission. You have permission to just not be, to go get your quesadillas from the Applebee's. I mean, enjoy what you enjoy. You don't have to be ashamed of it. Just call it what it is. Somebody said OP is an idiot and probably thinks it's better to get a bunch of pizzas from Little Caesars in Oklahoma. There's like a hair on me and it's driving me crazy. There it is. There it is. I don't even know where that was too short to even be mine. Maybe it came from like my bang area or something. And then the response to that is that OP is actually probably right in his own way. Hold on, my dog is barking about that. It wasn't even his fault. He had followed me into a room and I didn't know, and I shut the door behind me, so he was trapped. Okay. He's free. So that response was OP is actually probably right in his own way. For him, fine dining is a waste because he can't appreciate it. I hope he gets a chance to have and afford some real taste-changing foods in his life. So that was kind of like my husband and why I would just go out to eat by myself sometimes. Well, I always have one out to eat. But if he didn't appreciate it, it didn't make sense for him to be there, like, spending that kind of money. You know, other than special occasions where you're treating your wife out to a meal. But if I just want to go enjoy a nice meal and fine dining and he doesn't really appreciate it, I'm just gonna go. I go by myself. Introvert glimmer. Introvert pro is that you can just go out to eat by yourself. I think it's becoming more common, and some people don't do it, or they're like, how could you do that, or they have issue with it. You see people going to, like, there will be people at restaurants eating, you know, an older guy, and you'll see these younger people like, oh, look at this sad guy over there by himself. I'm gonna go give him company. No. You don't know that he's sad. He might have a chaotic home life, and he wants to go have a nice little meal. And you just ruined it. Don't do that. Okay, this one I already know I'm going to agree with. Okay, I think that filming people in public areas without permission is not cool. I know it's perfectly legal, and you get all these influencers claiming they're not doing anything illegal, right? But are we just going to, is there just one black and white, legal or illegal? Do we have to have a law for everything because you guys can't act right? Still, someone can be an ass without breaking rules. Some people don't want to be filmed for multiple reasons, ranging from insecurity or being scared of a location reveal, right? We have people in Witsack out there running around, you know? That's terrifying. If you were in witness protection right now and you're trying to just get some groceries at Target and here's some TikTok dancer or like an interviewer, ask, get consent, and then proceed, you know? I don't know. To simply not care about all that at all and film them for content. I don't know. It just feels very egocentric. I came across a guy on YouTube who was in Thailand, if I remember correctly, and randomly filmed a random young girl in a summer dress on the streets. The girl initially didn't know she was being filmed, but then when she found out, she gave him this "what the hell are you doing" kind of look with an obvious aversion in her eyes. Didn't stop the man from posting her in slow motion on his YouTube short. Ended up getting millions of views. It was mind-blowing to me and creepy. And the comments were even creepier. This was a bit of an extreme example maybe, but I guess you get my point. It's strange how a creep can basically film you and get away with it. and even build popularity off of it by claiming he's perfectly allowed to film in a public area. This reminds me of, I don't know where I saw it, but it was a guy, he was a content creator, you know, and he was just going up and like putting his arm around people, like not in a mean way, but like, you know, like putting his arm around people that he didn't know and just seeing their reactions. And, you know, of course, some people are like, you know, giggle about it, but some people have aversions to that. And one girl, like, was like really had like a reaction to it. And then the original content was like, oh, wow, she's probably racist, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying for sure, we don't know that she wasn't, but guess what? Her sister came online to say that her sister's autistic and has a huge aversion to being touched. So I don't think the problem was racism. I think the problem was don't touch people. All right, comments. I didn't read the body. And then, like, just to backtrack, this girl probably looked like a total a-hole, but I would be a total a-hole. If somebody came up and touched me, a-hole's the minimum reaction that I would have if a stranger's touching me. I mean, I hope that's the only reaction that I would have, because touching is not okay. Like, what's about to happen next? What am I about to be thrown into a white van? Okay. Somebody said, I didn't read the body, but the title is actually one of the most popular opinions in the world right now. Yeah, you'd think, but do you not watch TikTok? Do you not watch a lot of content, period? Because it's happening. So, it's pretty popular. I both agree and disagree. If they film in passing, I don't see a reason to make an issue. But if they harass people, it could become an issue. Okay, I can kind of agree with that. If you're filming something on the street and people are walking by in the background and they have room to walk around you too, then maybe just do your thing. Do your thug thistle. But when you're focusing on others, like, remember the girl that was doing this when her pancakes came? Super annoying. Like, I couldn't watch it. It was so performative. But the camera zoomed in on the girl behind her. I think in the original content, the camera zoomed in on the girl behind her. That was like, probably because she was being filmed too, and that girl was being hella annoying and performative. I think this opinion is generational and also gendered. The people I've seen most commonly film others in public without consent have been high school and college-aged girls or women. It's probably out of control for them. Oh, it's probably about control for them. Okay, we have an international comment from Germany. That is not an unpopular opinion. It is illegal where I am, Germany, and elsewhere as well. So there are laws. Somebody did have to go and create laws for this. Sure, if you film yourself in your own private collection and somewhere just happens to run through the picture, you'll probably be okay. But if you actively harass and film someone and then post that video to YouTube, you're going to get sued and fined. And then U.S. comment, it is legal in the U.S., but definitely not everywhere else. Some countries, it may be very illegal. In the U.S., a small handful of people film hoping to get upset about it and cause a scene. Oh, the Karen videos, which did get out of hand, and I do need context on a lot of these things. I need some context. A lot of them are legit, but sometimes there's somebody going like this until they get their film, until they get their cut, their juicy cut. They are looking for social media views, and the police cannot do anything, so it's best to ignore them. If you react, they will highlight the reaction online. What a nightmare, right? Can you imagine somebody purposely, like, targeting you, pissing you off, not stopping until you finally have to say, look here, you little shit. That's when the camera comes out. What is this? Who are we? Alright. Next. Dancing is kind of cringe. Well, I'm not against dancing as an art form, and doing it at happy moments or at parties looks fun. But when I see people practicing, moving their hands and legs to music, and somehow it's supposed to make sense. LOL, literally, every step is fixed and has multiple expressions. I don't like it. Again, I agree dancing is tough. Just my opinion. I'm gonna agree dancing is kind of cringe. When was the last time I danced in the living room with my kid? But even that's cringe. Like, I don't want anybody to watch it. Watching people do like TikToks, and is it cringe? It kind of, dancing is it's a little cringe. It's a little cringe. It can be a good time, but it's a little cringe. Okay. Somebody said it's just a matter of being used to it. The more you do it, the more it makes sense. Somebody said that's because you're self-conscious. You're projecting your insecurities onto others. Dancing is a human thing to do. It is human to dance. Yeah, don't stop dancing. But there are parts to it that are like if you cut the music and you just watch people dance, it's weird, right? You gotta stay in the moment. Otherwise, it's cringe. Oh, cannot watch dance films. Me neither. I can't. And I hate when there's like a good show that I love, but they'll put one episode of the season is gonna be like a musical with dancing, and I'm like, where's the cliff notes? I can't do it. Somebody said, I know what he means. I feel it too when K-pop fans try to imitate those stupid dances in a group, or the tectonic shit that was once popular, or the industrial cybergoth dancing. You know what dancing is hilarious to watch? It's skilled. I'm not gonna say it's not skilled, but crumping, please take a moment after the video to go watch crumping and then turn the volume off, okay? Somebody said, yeah, it's not the dancing itself that's bad. It's when people practice and try doing dance moves that kills it. Dancing is just moving your body the way you feel is right. Doing coordinated playing dances misses the... You know what else is? You know what else is cringe and awkward and weird to watch, and weird if you take your mind off of it and look at what's going on? Working out. Especially musical working out, like Zumbas and let's do this one. Where are we at here? I gotta take my daughter to school in a little bit. Pretty soon. Time to warm up the car, so let's just do one more. Having a standard job, handyman, office work, etc. is amazing. Having a normal 8-hour workday in life is phenomenal. Even though some days you're going to be more tired than others after work, it gives you a good, stable routine, gets you to be social with some coworkers, and you feel like you're spending your time being productive. Personally, if I was rich, like not having to work rich, I would be so bored and tired of it. I know for sure I would barely socialize. Money becomes more pointless if I can just get whatever I want. Where being middle class, for example, you kind of want to save up money for the more expensive things, which also gives discipline to how you spend the money on the things, how you spend the money you make. I would love a normal job, and I am currently studying. Yeah, I would too. If I could find one that paid enough to cover daycare, I would love to work 7 to 3 at an office. Dream job. I had one long ago. Loved it. Pay, shit. Pay was shit. Couldn't live like that. Somebody said facts, but you have to enjoy your job to some extent, because if you are spending the majority of your days at work and it's a dead-end job, then you are really wasting your life. Agree with the routine, though. Right. I got in the best shape of my life from sticking to 5 days a week routine. Somebody said having a stable, ongoing job in the field I enjoy saved my mental health last year. I did a couple of years of medication, psychiatry, and community support, but getting back to the job I know and love has been the number one thing that I needed. And then somebody said, do you mind sharing what the job is? And we get no response. We want the job too. Quit gatekeeping. We want your job. We're coming for your job. Somebody said, so I've done some gardening and handyman work, and I've done office jobs. Neither left me feeling like my time was spent being productive. The gardening left me weeding a flower bed that in a month's time would be full of weeds, and I would just have to do it again. And that doesn't make me fulfilled. Okay, to each their own. Some people love it. My work in an office was soul destroying. I hated it. It felt like a completely pointless cog in a big machine doing nothing of any value. And I was in the most interesting department. Everyone else envied my job, and it was soul destroying. I'm a chef now and genuinely enjoy doing my work. I don't know if that counts as a standard job. I think it does. Well, I think by standard they mean like getting up, going to work 5 days a week, and then coming home, and not like gig work or huge corporate 10-hour day, well, and somebody responded to that, well, I mostly meant jobs that secure a place in worker class to higher middle class. I wouldn't call it a normal job if you're in overclass. All right, everybody, I have got to go warm up my car because it's ice cold outside. Oh, wait, my car might be in the garage. I gotta go check on that. Anyways, if you're still there and you watched this all the way to the end, thank you very much. You did love it. I hope that you have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening,